So it happened, or should I say, nothing happened. Mortal Kombat 11 did not see its announcement at this year's E3, and because of that, it just has us MK fans in shock, confusion, and disappointment. But in my case, I kind of accepted the fact that nothing was going to be at E3. I started to worry once Ed Boon tweeted this out, and then when E3 was around the corner with no hints or leaks, I tweeted out and told everyone that we kind of have to accept the fact that nothing is going to happen at this year's E3, despite all things in terms of the NetherRealm cycle lining up. That cycle is now broken, according to Ed Boon, as many of you guys know by now, and I think it's safe to assume Mortal Kombat 11 is not ready to be announced yet. So all these rumors we've heard and all these clickbait videos that have plagued the NetherRealm community can all be put under the water. We know which ones they are. So what happened? Why now? Why after all of these years of NetherRealm games have they decided to break their reveal schedule? In today's video, I'm going to cover that very question and speculate what's going on in NetherRealm Studios. It shouldn't be a question on whether or not Mortal Kombat 11 is in development. I think us as the community knows that the next NetherRealm title is Mortal Kombat 11. Ed Boon has stated multiple times that the game cycle of a Mortal Kombat game coming after an Injustice game is most likely going to be the case this time around. So let's just get that clear. Mortal Kombat 11 is probably going to be the next game. I understand that there is speculation going around that maybe another Shaolin Monks installment is actually in the next Mortal Kombat game. Many fans have brought this idea up since Shaolin Monks 2 did win that voting poll Ed Boon made a while ago, simply asking, next? However, let's think realistically here. Do you really think the next game by NetherRealm Studios would be decided by a small voting poll on Twitter? No, that's not how business works. Though a Shaolin Monks sequel is something that I believe will eventually come. Ed Boon has stated multiple times that he would love to work on another Shaolin Monks game, and has said that there is a big challenge for it to actually happen due to their work on their main fighting games, but it hasn't stopped them from having conversations about it.
Please, it's a request almost. Do Shaolin Monks 2, please.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of people have asked us that. You know, it was really That we're definitely having conversations, but nothing to announce or anything. Yeah. Well, we're talking about it. You know, like it doesn't mean that we're working on it, but you know, like there's a lot of things that we're fortunate in that Injustice has done well. The Mortal Kombat fighting games have done well. People have been asking us for, like a Mortal Kombat action adventure game. So it's nice to have a few games, but we can't do all at the same time. That's a challenge. So yeah.
A big theory that's been going around is that Mortal Kombat 11 will get a 2020 release date. With how successful these NetherRealm titles have been, Warner Brothers might have been generous enough to give an extra year of development time. It's not entirely impossible, but I don't think that's the case. 2020 would most likely be around the time to see the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox. Whatever it'll be called, we'll just call it the Xbox 2. I think it's very unlikely that we will see only one Mortal Kombat game and two Injustice games for our current generation of consoles. We have Injustice 1, Mortal Kombat X, and Injustice 2 for our consoles. I believe Warner Brothers wants to squeeze in at least one more Mortal Kombat game for our current generation of consoles before we move on to the next. That way we have two Mortal Kombat games and two Injustice games. That seems like something WB would want, and it's a smart business decision. Sure, if Mortal Kombat 11 seemingly comes out in 2019, it's easy for them to just make a port for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox 2. But then again, I don't know if that's how WB wants Mortal Kombat to make their grand entrance into the next generation of consoles. Releasing a port isn't all that great as opposed to creating a game made for the next generation of consoles. I mean, they did do a port for Injustice 1 for the PS4, so it's not like they won't do it. I just don't know how possible it is for them to do it again, if you know what I'm saying. I do think Mortal Kombat 11 will still be released in 2019 because as far as I know, Ed Boon was talking about their announcement cycle changing and made no mention of their release cycle changing. Once again, WB probably wants to get that one last Mortal Kombat game in before everyone switches to the next generation. That way we have two Mortal Kombat games and two Injustice games. In my opinion, the reason why I believe nothing was revealed at this year's E3 is simply because NetherRealm was given more time to develop the game. One of the constant criticisms about the reveals of in-game footage is how awkward and weird the characters look. Especially the faces. I mean, does anybody remember Wonder Woman's original face in Injustice 2? Man, that was god awful. I mean, revealing a big character like Wonder Woman and that's what you see, it's just not good. So maybe this time around when NetherRealm decides to reveal footage for their next game, they will already have their game looking clean as hell, and that would be a very impressive move for them to do. Another constant criticism for NetherRealm games is how many patches the developers have to put out to balance the game post-launch. Maybe this time around, with this extra development time, they are looking very closely on truly making a balanced game at launch. If they are truly getting more development time, then I don't think there is any excuse for them to not have a bigger roster this time around. Just imagine a big roster with a count of maybe 30 or 35 characters at launch for a Mortal Kombat game. That's just a dream come true for us MK fans. There have been a significant amount of job openings at NetherRealm Studios, and a lot of them have to do with software and being an artist for the team. So it could mean that they are finally switching to Unreal Engine 4. NetherRealm have been using Unreal Engine 3 for a while now, and for the past 2 games, they have been using a very altered version of Unreal 3 to allow their games to look much better each time. Unreal Engine 3 is pretty old now. I mean, they've been using it since MK vs DC, and I feel like NetherRealm finally decided that they should go all out, and going all out with Mortal Kombat is a good choice. If they are switching to Unreal 4, then I would assume that would allow NetherRealm to improve on their animation. Another criticism that I constantly see is that the in-game fight animation is not all that great when compared to something like Street Fighter V. There is a video analysis covering this very subject that goes into more detail about this, and the video is very well made, so check the description if you want to watch the video. This has been a thing for all NetherRealm titles, so it is possible they don't want to seem repetitive anymore and do something about it to make sure their game looks great in every point possible. I know waiting longer straight up sucks, but I'm going to remain optimistic for this one. Whatever NetherRealm has in store for Mortal Kombat will only benefit us when the time comes, and I can only hope that what we will be getting is gonna blow us away. I do have a feeling that maybe MK11 will still be revealed later this year if it is coming in 2019, and if it does, all we can do is wait. I will say that there's nothing to worry about. Mortal Kombat 11 is coming, and it's just taking a little longer than usual, but all of this wait will most definitely pay off, because we all know NetherRealm is capable of releasing quality content. The big thing that's in our way is just patience. That's what I've got for today, fellas. I know it sucks, but we are in for greatness either way. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more Mortal Kombat videos. Your support is much appreciated. Anyways, I'll catch you all in the next video.